Are you still a Kingdom Hearts fan? I want to start this video off by saying I'm happy for all the Kingdom Hearts fans out there. I really am. I'm happy that they're all stoked and excited for the anniversary trailer and the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 4. I just wanted to get that out of the way first. But my question introspectively towards myself is, am I still a Kingdom Hearts fan? And I also posed that question to all of you. So I'm going to talk about how I feel, and then I'm going to open it up to all of you folks. I remember a long time ago when I was a teenager, my friend told me about this game that was coming out. He was a big Disney fan, and I was and still am a big Final Fantasy fan, and he said it combines Disney with Final Fantasy, so he told me to check it out. So I checked out Kingdom Hearts 1, and by the end of it I liked it, but in the beginning it took me a minute to get into. I'm actually replaying Kingdom Hearts 1 right now, and that beginning part, the Destiny's Island portion, always was kind of a drag to me. It was like these weird fetch quests, and the camera made me kind of dizzy. It still does to this day. And I just thought that part dragged, but overall, I ended up liking the game. I remember the moment where Leon, they kept talking about a character named Leon, and then he comes out and he says, "They'll come at you from out of nowhere." I remember that blowing my mind because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Squall. It's Squall in this weird Disney... It's not a Disney game. It's kind of a Disney game, but it's a hybrid Disney game. And Squall has he looks like Squall, but he has longer hair. So it was confusing, but also wonderful at the same time. And I ended up liking Kingdom Hearts 1. Chain of Memories I never got into. I don't really like games with card mechanics, but Kingdom Hearts 2 blew me away. I really like the battle system that they came up with, and I felt like it was kind of revolutionary in terms of action games and moving away from turn-based Final Fantasies, and I really liked the story. By the time I finished Kingdom Hearts 2, I was all in with the franchise. Kingdom Hearts Coded I never got into, but then you get into these spin-off games like, I still don't know how to pronounce this, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Is it a fraction? Is it a division problem? I apologize, I don't know how to say that game, but I love that game. I don't remember all of it, but I remember thinking I loved how it focused on Roxas and kind of gave this side story between him and Axel and different characters. I really like that game on the 3DS. And then Birth by Sleep, I remember that trailer blowing me away and again, I apologize, I don't know all of the characters' names and I'll never remember them, but there were a bunch of teaser trailers. I remember being blown away by the teaser trailers and the after credits scenes. Those are some of the most memorable moments, which is weird because those aren't even games, they were trailers for the next games. But eventually I played Birth by Sleep, and I really loved Birth by Sleep on the PSP. So you got Aqua and the other guy and the other guy. Anyway, I really like that game. So here's the thing, 358 over 2 days came out in like 2009, and I was still into the franchise. Birth by Sleep came out in 2010, and I was still into the franchise. Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance came out on the 3DS in 2012. I remember being kind of excited for that game, but by the time it came out and I got it, I started to play it, and I guess my enthusiasm was starting to wane at that point. I didn't get too far into Dream Drop Distance, unfortunately. So by the time Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, it was 2019. And by that point, so much time had passed. And I remember thinking I really loved Kingdom Hearts 2, and I loved 358 over 2 days. I loved Birth by Sleep. But I want that next big installment in the franchise. But by the time 3 came out, I think it was just too much time. And I remember just waiting year after year, give us an announcement, give us a trailer, and you kind of start to experience things in your personal life, in your work life. You get older. By the time 3 came out, my enthusiasm was kind of gone. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad to think about it now, but I started to play 3 and I didn't get far into it at all, and to this day I didn't really get into it. I haven't played 3, which kind of sucks because like Monsters Inc. used to be one of my favorite movies, so you'd think that I'd really want to play through it, but I just never did. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I was like, prior to making this video, I was looking through the announcement trailer and I was watching it on mute. The developmental footage they have for Kingdom Hearts 4 looks really cool. I was getting kind of chills when Sora was using the hook shot or the Keyblade as a hook shot. It looks really cool and I'm looking forward to it. I will probably buy it. So the question is, am I still a Kingdom Hearts fan? I would say so, yes. But I remember trying to catch up with the story with a lot of what I missed. And there was a bunch of side games and like side movies about, I think they're called the Dandelions or something. And it just felt so convoluted and so confusing. And if you are able to consume all of that stuff, the stories and the side games and the mobile games and the movies, and follow it and follow every character, I mean, more power to you, because I'm at this point I'm not able to. And you know, one of my biggest fears is that so much time is going to pass between Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 and Part 2 that my enthusiasm will wane. I mean, I'm getting older at this point. I'm married, and who knows, by the time Part 2 comes out, I'll be a great grandfather. I think I will still be excited by the time Part 2 comes out because it's a remake of my favorite game of all time. But you never know. You just never know. So my question to all of you, are you still a Kingdom Hearts fan? How big of a fan are you? Do you still follow all the things? Are you excited for the mobile games? I'll be honest, I am not excited for the mobile games. I didn't even play First Soldier, which is based on the Final Fantasy VII franchise. I should check it out, but I haven't yet. So before we end this video, I wanted to share this box that I have. It's an old box. It's kind of beat up at this point, but it's the Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix Collector's Edition. It came with a Shadow Heartless plush, which I don't know where it is currently, unfortunately. It came with a steelbook and a collectible pin and a hardcover art book, and I barely touched this thing. I used it as a box to hold other games, but let me kind of show you. So I have the pin that's inside the box. Here's the art book. Here's the steelbook. Here's the actual game. Here's the 1.5 remix. Here's the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy that we don't need to talk about. I mean, at one point I was buying every version that came out, 1.5 remix, 2.5 remix, final mix. I bought Melody of Memory. I still have not played it. So I have a copy of Kingdom Hearts, The Story So Far, which has a bunch of games on it. I wish it had the 358 over 2 days, but I think it just has like a cinematic for that game. I have Kingdom Hearts 3. So personally, I'm tentatively excited for Kingdom Hearts 4. I still need to play through 3. At the same time, to say like, oh, I need to catch up on all the games, that's like I don't even know how many hours, like hundreds of hours just to catch up with the story, which I gotta be honest, I don't have hundreds of hours left in my life. So again, if you are a big Kingdom Hearts fan, I'm very happy that you folks are all thrilled at the announcement trailer and at another installment of the franchise. But I am wondering if anyone is in a similar situation to me, where they used to be a big fan and now not so much, but they're still looking forward to 4, or let me know where you're at with the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay odd and keep on playing.